Kotachi, Dieloche, Gangachi, Kotachi, Dieloche,
Ja, je bent een maar mannetje geweest.
Pioneer of community media.
Ja.
He worked for a number of
NGO's.
Yeah.
And now 25 years in the agency, right? We are retiring now in December.
Okay.
25 years. Yeah, I got my photography training at camp.
And then a rural magazine called
Bonteheuwel, yeah.
Not Samstan, what you would say.
No,
I
we
was at
work.
Samstan,
Yeah,
but we
we
worked
work
together.
together. Gewoon op het rijtje van hem kan hij brand krijgen.
Yeah.
He's doing the job. I think he's doing the job like that. He's doing the job.
Ja, laat zat met de smok nou. De wind almost nou.
Kotachi, Dieloche, Gangachi, Kotachi, Dieloche.
And all my life, it was like this guy was trying to speak to me. Like all my life, I felt like what he did and what he stood for was like a beacon. And I needed to share that. And if I didn't do that, I would not honor who I am. But for me, today is not about celebrating Anton's death. It's about celebrating the battle and taking the spirit of that battle with me and with us into the story that we're telling. So I give thanks to all of you, and I give thanks to Anton for guiding us here, guiding me here. Anyone want to say something?
I want to say I feel really proud to be making this forward, Kino Cadre. This is something big for Eugene and for Love and Fire and for Kino Cadre. And this is one of the big things that Eugene, like always said, like his ancestral. And because today is the 17th of November, I'm glad that we are here now. Everything is going to follow, you know, so as explained also.
The way of saying how do we then take the historical moments that Anton lived through from Bonteheuwel, going into exile, coming back from exile, up until the day that he encountered the police, and also his thoughts why the people is going through him alone versus the police. Then how do we then take that information to Bonteheuwel? How do we then educate the youth of Bonteheuwel? Not to say they must be conscious and now start reinventing their lives, but how do you then say there was this guy called Anton Fransch, there was this other guy called Athlone, they fought back in the days. How do we then get them back into history books that are taught in schools?
When Sapo's trauma, like there was physical trauma here and there was battle here, and like what Sapo was saying is the girl next door, it was her 11th birthday when this battle happened. Now we can all think of an 11-year-old in our life. And the thing is that that's the story inside South African homes. If you start speaking to South Africans, they all have these stories, but we move on. And the problem with moving on in the way that we move on is we don't acknowledge there where the wound is, so we can't integrate it and we can't learn, and it's like we're like a CD that's scratched and we keep returning to that place.
Because if Anton's story wasn't told, I wouldn't be yeah. If, yeah, I don't know what to say. was just like overwhelming. Being here at the exact place that where everything went down. It has, like, while I was reading the script and the things, it wasn't more real until I actually came here. And yeah.
So I was here when this happened. I mean, this was a battle for 7 hours. One man fighting a whole army, hand grenades, AK. He ran up and down, shooting from. They thought there was an army in here, and it was one man. He was shooting from there, and he went down, shoot from. Actually, they came with the Caspers and they smashed this wall to get in, to get to this one man. I think he was shooting from the back as well. So, Eugene, we were very young when we worked together in media, actually. And that's one of the reasons why I responded to come when I saw your name and say you must come. But also I like what you are doing, because even in the ANC, I think there's this 3 comrades and there's other young guy, children from the Trojan Horse event that also died. More or less at the same time, there's Ashley Creel that died up the road, killed by a policeman. And then there's Colin and Robbie just around the corner here as well. They were bombed up. The statues are there. But I think I can get into trouble for saying that. I think the recognition for these comrades is not there, you know. They are not being recognized and so on. So I think I'm looking forward to see the movie and so on, you know.
Because if Anton's story wasn't told, I wouldn't be here.
And so I want to thank Kino Kadre for having taken this initiative today to step it up a little bit and come closer to reality. I'm just here to find out whether I will be taking the walk along with you, whether the walk is still on, because I came here walking this way.
En toen het nou laatste, toen reik je eentje zo trok.
Yeah. From Athlone to Bonteheuwel.
From Athlone to Bonteheuwel.
Yeah.
From here to basically walking straight towards McDonald's.
Style. And Eugene's right. Obviously, Eugene's always right about
Yeah, he's very heavy, this woman, yeah? Oh, he's very heavy, this woman.
Finally, we are here.
Money did it as well.
Yeah. Big ups. Big ups. Anu, big ups. Imani. Yeah, everybody, big ups. They made it.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience and your kindness and your generosity as always. I don't feel too bad because like just looking around the room, I feel like it's more like a family gathering. It's all the people who've been carrying us and been patient with us. Our family at the Dart Club, thank you for all you do. Yes. Our family here by the new house, Tabernacle Church. Auntie Sharon, of course. The Bonteheuwel Historical Society since day one. And then Auntie Rowena. Mommy, who's been so patient with us. Thank you, everyone. So like I I said, it's more like family. Oh yes, and there's Mrs. Butler. Mrs. Butler is amazing. She holds this space, which is a place of worship, but also at the back she takes care of a lot of people who are vulnerable. On top of that, she has time for crazy filmmakers. So thank you. Actually, the circle also can we give the round of applause? The most amazing human beings, crazy, but lovely. I'm 50 and they make me feel like 15. And sometimes they make me feel like 80. The film that we want to make, that we will make, that we are making. The film we are making with all of your help and support. Celebrates today. It's about a young man from here, raised by beautiful people like you, who basically said enough is enough, and gave everything, every ounce of his energy, his spirit to mark the moment and to say to history and to the world, the people from here are strong people. They will not allow empire to dominate us. They will not allow colonialist European ways to infiltrate us in Gori Adil is here. So we just want him to also maybe tell us a little bit about this guy that he met, that he knew closely, and as a friend.
The presence of Anton is quite sad. 33 years afterwards. Every year we only had one thing about Anton. Either on his birthday or on the 16th of December. But I think he's good. So I had some arguments with politicians tonight about me being here and not being somewhere else. I prefer to be amongst family. I prefer to be amongst my own. I prefer to be where I come from the youth, where I've started my political career with Anton. There are a couple of them. I'll be making an unjust statement if I say only two. But the two which I was most closest to was Anton, Ashley. I've never met more braver people in my life than them. I'm not brave. They say I'm brave. I'm not brave. I've learned bravery from them. I've met Anton the first time. The first meeting we had after we tried to stop all excesses from allowing the police and the army to come in our area. We had a meeting at Malik Trubody now, his house in Elder Street. And I was tasked to go and fetch that boy called Anton Fransch. And I went to the house opposite the shop there, knocked on the door, and this lady looked out, he looked at me and said, "What's your name for Anton?" "Who are you?" "Sorry." The camera is rolling like this. He said, "Yo, the gangsters go come right." I looked at him. A couple of months I told him, "You know, I thought you were gangster." He told me, "I thought also you were gangster as well." That's our first interaction. Now Angola, there's a place in Angola called Mosmabita Training Center. It's in the heart of the jungle. There's no way out, except one road, and the road, when you go through, there's an enemy waiting for us. We are being killed, we're being ambushed. The bodies of our comrades come back, some of them cut into half, without their heads. We were in a war situation. Now if you come to Mosmabita Training Center, there's a board which said, written by Mosmabita, and a communist also lived over the incident. Man's dearest possession is life. It is given to him but once, and he must love it as to feel no pain, hatred, or regret for wasted years. So when dying, he might say, all my life, all my energy, I've spent on the most precious cause of all, the liberation of mankind. Anton lived until the last moment for that, for the liberation of mankind. In Anton, I found a brother. I do not know who's going to play Anton. I think you must go and do research about him. Anton was not any person, not any comrade. Was one of the comrades. Dedicated, loving, strong, brave. I never felt closer in my life to anyone else. All my comrades, I felt with Anton. When we were divided, sometimes we couldn't sleep together in one place. They can take Anton to Biala. They can take me to Dukai. I'm telling you, we're told, you don't come into Bonteheuwel. We will meet each other next morning. Bonteheuwel was our hometown. We had a greater love for this place than anyone else. You see, when you join the struggle, we had the block mentality. Block mentality meaning that Bonteheuwel is the world. Athlone, Langa is the world. But the moment you go out of here, you see the world. We are not free. We are still oppressed. If you can't have the land, we have nothing. If you can't control the economy, you have nothing. You will live in the place called Bonteheuwel, Langa, and live in the different blocks. We divided. Not even knowing where's Brambleway or there's a street called Junipers somewhere. You have to change the future. You have to change the way you think.
Jy moet begrip hê van wat 'n mens praat as jy 'n komrade wil bekom en as jy wil beklei vir menseregte. Jy kan nie net die pad invaar en sê ek is 'n komrade en
Alright, thanks Raj, guys. And some of the actors here, the stars, you saw them. So, a lot of the poison, obviously, of the world around us, it finds its way into the bedroom. Like the person that you love the most, you care for the most. You find yourself turned on each other, turned against each other. So the films also try to explore that, like the humanity, but also the how hard it was to love when all of this stuff was going on.
So Anton saw a pistol and he knew he could not take it away. What he done, he hid the pistol somewhere else. Yo, I'm sorry to use it, was as from Bonteheuwel I have you, but I can't. So that's why the first time when they got they moved us on the place, it was in the vans to go to the police station, and we slept over at the Bell police station. All of them, Charles Martin was also there, and then it was the first time I was arrested. Yes, I didn't turn up for the case because the night before I ambushed a truck full of policemen at the Modern Road. About 4 or 5 of them died in the process, and I didn't know that.
I can recall when we were just the night before, yeah, when Anton's pictures was on police file.
The next day at school, Anton also attended school. He was toy in the passage. And we were standing there singing songs. The principal, Mr. Peterson, yeah, he came. And he spoke to Anton and he told Anton, "Wat maakt hij? There was just no police file gestaan." And Anton said, "No, I'm going to school here. This is my school. I'm attending my school." Yeah. And I think that's basically the last time that we saw Anton here. Yeah.
Maybe just to translate for our younger viewers, a police file was a thing the apartheid government used. It was like America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
So they would show all of the criminals on the show, TV show, and they, you know, like if they show you a police file, then you know you are South Africa's Most Wanted.
And I want you to think about when you're making this film. You have a time now with us. I have no guarantee that I will be here tomorrow. And with me will go all the memories of Anton as a close comrade and friend. There are others as well out there, but we are dying to breathe.
Yeah.
When I go, oh Anton, I